Telegram came from that beautiful blonde you told me about. You know, the one in the mining camp? She's in trouble.
Since when do you open my mail?
Well, it looked important.
In jail at Broken Wagon. Going to lynch me. Need help? Love, Mamie Murphy.
Wow. The lady would really have to break it to get lynched.
Yeah.
Love the lady, sir. She's something special, huh, Johnny?
Very special.
We better get going.
Wait a minute. This is one job I want to handle myself. Besides, you look after things.
Johnny, I can do that.
The town's our responsibility.
Golly, Johnny, you sound like I'm trying to muscle in on your territory.
My territory? Oh, Cully, you got it all wrong. This lady's in trouble and she needs help.
Is she all you say she is?
She's 1 in a million, Cully. Well, don't just stand there. Let's get the show on the road.
Me too?
Sure. We'll have Hagen Simpson look after the store while we're gone. Hello, Mamie.
Who's that? Well, what kept you, Mr. Fastest Gun in the West? Do I have to rot in this dirty jail while you stop to read one of your precious books? Or were you kissing baby?
Mamie, I'd like you to meet my deputy, Cully. He's been dying to meet you.
How do you do, Miss Murphy? Glad to know you.
Don't blame you, Sonny.
Now, Mamie, what's this all about? Ever since I've known you, you've lied and cheated and served water drinks all over the West. But that's not enough to lynch you.
Now, don't you preacher me, Mr. Johnny Ringo. How else am I supposed to make a living in a rat hole like this? Making fudge for church bazaars?
You know, that's not a bad idea. A few church bazaars might do you a lot of good.
Oh, now wouldn't I be just too sweet pouring tea for the ladies' socials? I could be just as dainty with a shot glass in my saloon. I don't like the women in this town. They make me sick. There isn't a woman here
What's the lynching party for?
Well, if you must know, you say I killed Dave Matthews. He was a lion. Blue nose who ran this town and everybody in it, including that no-good excuse for a sheriff.
Who are you, mister? I'm Sheriff Ringo Velarde. This is my deputy, Cully.
Well, it's a real pleasure, Ringo. I'm Gabe Austin.
How do you do? Sheriff, I'd appreciate it if you'd tell me what's going on around here. You see, Mamie's a friend of mine, and I thought maybe I could help her.
Ain't much to tell. She killed a man named Dave Matthews.
That's a lie.
Mamie. Sheriff, who was Matthews?
I told you who he was. He was a lion blue nose who tried to run me out of town.
Oh, that's right. Him and half the women folk in our town. See, old Mamie's kind of a troublemaker. Every Saturday night, she winds up with half the money from the payroll in her cash box.
You shut up.
Her crooked dice games, her watered-down drinks.
Sheriff, who was Dave Matthews?
Dave Matthews, oh. Well, him and his partner, Jim Miller, God-fearing men, both of them. Well, they own the Broken Wagon mine. Matthews determined to close up Mamie's place. So he and the rest of the town council went to see her about it. When she found out what they wanted to do, Mamie threatened to kill Matthews.
That's a lie. I just said he'd be long dead before he ever closed my place.
It was dark, and Matthews was going home. And Jacobs, the mine foreman, swears he saw Mamie running away after the shot.
He's a lying fool. I never killed anybody, and you know it. I was just walking around outside trying to get the saloon smell out of my head when I heard the shot.
Sure, you heard it. You fired it.
Sheriff, you mind if Cully and I scout around, try to find out the truth?
Of course not. You better move fast.
Why? When's the trial?
Trial's over. She's due to hang tomorrow.
There ain't much more I can tell you, Mr. Ringo. Matthews and the committee came in right after closing time, and that's when all the trouble started.
Who was with them?
It was a regular committee. Matthews' brother, Jed, Jim Miller, his partner at the mine, their foreman, Bill Jacobs, Mr. Ferris.
Who's he?
Runs the mine equipment company.
Look, Sam, I hate to ask you, but, well, you're Mamie's best friend.
Anything, Mr. Ringo. I wouldn't be here. No job, no nothing if it wasn't for Mamie.
Well, have you heard any gossip? Talk of anyone who might want Matthews dead?
You sure might talk to everybody on the committee.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they all had something to gain by getting rid of Matthews.
Money?
All except Ferris. He had higher stakes.
What's that?
His wife.
I appreciate you seeing us, Mr. Miller.
We've all heard about you, Ringo. Like what you stand for.
Thank you. I'll get right to the point. I wonder if you'd mind telling us about Dave Matthews.
Good man. Did a lot for this town. We're gonna miss him.
How long have you been partners?
4 years. But we were more than partners. He was the best friend I ever had.
Do you really believe that Mamie killed him?
No doubt about it. We all heard her threaten him.
Oh, gosh, Mr. Miller. We've only been here a couple of hours, and outfit had threatened everyone in town.
She had a fair trial, jury and all. She was found guilty, and now she's gonna hang.
Hanging a woman doesn't seem to bother you.
Being a woman is a privilege she gave up when she murdered Dave Matthews.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Oh, I assume that you're aware that the law of the land says when a partner dies, his part of the business goes to the remaining partner?
Yeah. Why?
Dave Matthews' death makes you a rich man, doesn't it? Mr. Jacobs?
Yeah.
My name's Ringo. I'm working with Sheriff Arson. I wonder if you'd mind answering a few questions.
Yeah, I was expecting you.
Word travels fast, doesn't it?
Broken Wagon's a small place.
Mind if I come in?
We can talk here just as well.
Were you with Matthews the night Mamie threatened him?
You mean the night she killed him?
Did you see her fire the shot?
I gave my testimony in court, Mr. Ringo. I saw her come out the side alley right after I heard the shot.
Did she have a gun with her?
No. She must have hid it someplace. We haven't found it yet, but we will.
That's not much evidence. This town must be anxious to get rid of Mamie.
We'll all be better off without her.
Yeah, maybe. But it seems to me like someone's trying to bag 2 deer with 1 shot.
Now, just what do you mean by that?
Anyone who heard Mamie threaten Matthews could have killed him, knowing that Mamie would get the blame.
Look, Mr. Ringo, we'll take care of our business. Now, why don't you go home and mind yours?
I'll do that, right after I find Matthews' killer. I understand that since Matthews' death, you've been up from foreman to partner of the mine.
Why, you...
You know, sitting behind the desk has got you kind of out of condition.
What can I do for you?
Mr. Ferris?
That's right.
My name is Johnny...
I know what your name is. What do you want?
Well, I'd like to ask you a few questions about Dave Matthews.
What about him?
You served on the committee with him. Were you good friends?
What you really want to know is, was there anything between Dave and my wife?
Well, I hate to pry, but, you know, there is a woman's life at stake.
I don't like to disappoint you, Mr. Ringo, but Dave Matthews was my best friend. I had an accident about a year back. That's how I lost this leg. I had to go all the way to Fort Carter for treatments. It took a couple of months. While I was gone, Dave looked after Martha and my kids. And that's all there was to it.
Why all the talk?
Not much to do around here but talk. Some of the dirt that lives here can't understand what a real friend is. was.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ferris.
Mr. Ringo, there's one other thing. Mamie was the one that killed Dave. And we all know that. And she's gonna hang if I have to pull that rope myself.
We're sure running out of suspects.
Maybe not. Any one of them could be guilty, and we've still got Dave Matthews' brother.
One other one, too.
Oh, who's that?
Mamie. Well, maybe she did kill him, Johnny.
Any luck?
No, and time's running out on us, too.
Look, you can't let him hang her. You've got to take her to the Lardy.
Well, Sam, that'd be like admitting her guilt.
Boss would catch her sooner or later.
You know she didn't kill him.
Yes, I know. Where can we find Jed Matthews? Been looking all over for him.
He's never over 2 bottles away.
Mind if we join him?
Ah, you must be Mr. Ringo.
That's right, and this is my deputy, Cully.
Oh, sit down. Sit down. I just been resting here, waiting for you.
You been expecting us?
Sure. Of course, I ought to be hurt because you went to see the others first, but then that's the story of my life. Old last Jed.
What made you think we were looking for you?
Figures. Dave was my brother. I was with him just before he died. And old Dave left little Jed a nice bank account to live on.
You keep drinking that stuff and you won't live long enough to enjoy it.
Now, you know, you sound just like old Dave. Always ordering me around, telling me what to do, treating me like I was dirt.
You sound as though you didn't care for him very much.
You're wrong, mister. I worship the ground he walked on. He was good, decent, everything I'll never be. Sure, I was jealous of him. I don't know a man who wouldn't be. But I loved him. And you hear me good when I tell you this. I'm gonna be real sober when they hang that Mamie. Real sober. Because I don't want to miss none of it.
Sheriff, what time does the town empty?
About midnight. Saloon closes pretty soon after that.
Now, Cully and I have an idea. It may sound crazy, but it's the last chance we have.
Anything legal, I'll go along with it.
All right. Can you get Jed, Bill, Jacobs, Miller, and Ferris over here around midnight?
Oh, hold on. That's a pretty big order.
You'd always have them arrested if you had to.
Is it as important as that?
Yeah. It's almost 10. I'll have Cully go with you in case there's any trouble. He can tell you about the plan on the way.
Ringo, anything happens to Mamie when I'm gone, I'll be held responsible.
She'll be here. I promise you.
That's good enough for me. Come on, let's go, Cully.
You really intend to keep that promise? Keep me here?
You know I have to, Mamie.
I'd paddle your saddle end if you didn't.
How about some coffee, Mamie?
No, thank you. If I'm going to die, it won't be with a poisoned stomach. Johnny, you remember a man I used to tell you about? A man named Mr. Watson?
The man that raised you?
Yeah. He died a couple of years back.
Oh, that's too bad. He sounded like a nice man.
He was the only man in my whole life I ever called mister. He died of the plague, I heard, trying to help some Indians that he never should have heard of. Just like him, always trying to help somebody. He left his own church to go down there and preach to them. He made a lot of Christians of them, too. I guess he converted everybody except me. I guess I was too far gone even when I was a kid. Johnny. Do me a favor.
Sure. What is it, Mamie?
If those lily livers do hang me, I want you to go up to my room at the saloon. You'll find a picture of a buffalo herd hanging on the wall. There's some money there. Quite a lot of it. I want you to do something for me. There's a town in New Mexico called Las Turnas. Mr. Watson and me used to live there when I was a kid. I want you to take that money, and I want you to build the best doggone church that place ever saw.
All right, Ringo, what's up? You didn't get us in here for any card game. Hardly. As you know, Cully and I have checked up on all of you. We've done all we can to try and uncover some new evidence that would save Mamie.
You did nothing. That's what you did.
But the jury has found her guilty, and there's not much more we can do.
What's this meeting for, then?
Mr. Ringo has an idea. I think it's a good one. Mamie's due to hang tomorrow. I don't need to tell you what a circus that's going to turn into. Everybody getting liquored up, acting excited, crazy. Ain't going to be something our town can look at with pride.
What are you getting at, Gabe?
We do it now. We hang her while the rest are asleep.
Ah! I never should have trusted you, Ringo. You double-crossing saddle tramp. You're just like the rest of them. All muscle and no guts.
At least she'll die with a little dignity.
I say no. I say she dies where the whole town can spit at her.
I thought all you wanted was justice, Jed. Did you ever see a hanging mob? They're insane. Not even revenge for your brother will ever wipe it away from your eyes.
It's all right with me. Just so long as she pays for what she's done.
Miller?
Maybe it is better this way.
Mr. Ferris?
Yeah, I'll go along.
All right, Jed. What about you?
Who'll do the hanging?
Well, it seems to me, since you gentlemen are the Citizens Committee, job's yours. After all, it was your testimony that got her convicted.
What is this, Ringo? Some kind of a trick?
No, not at all. It's your duty to see justice done. At least that's what all of you told me.
Here's the rope.
All right, what'll it be, gentlemen? One of you or the whole group?
Shouldn't take more than one man to hang a woman. Why don't you draw cards for the honor?
This is a mockery. I won't have any part of it.
Wait a minute. You're in this like the rest of us. I think I know what you're up to, Ringo. You think one of us killed Dave. You threw this hanging at us tonight in the hopes that three of us wouldn't go through with it. But the one who would, the one who most wanted Mamie dead, that would make him the murderer, wouldn't it?
That don't make sense. What if none of us hung her? She'd die tomorrow anyway.
Would she, Ringo? Or do you have an extra ace in that deck? Supposing you couldn't trick one of us, you'd probably break Mamie out of here tonight, wouldn't you?
Well, let's not disappoint, Mr. Ringo. Open that cell, Gabe. We'll all hang her.
Like you said, it's our duty. Jed, get their guns.
Open the cell, Gabe.
You heard him, Gabe. Or were you planning on letting her escape, too?
Johnny, stop him!
All right, I'll tell you the truth. It was a trap. But we didn't intend to let her escape. Now leave her be. She's gonna hang tomorrow.
No, Gabe. She'll hang now.
Kinda gonna hang!
Kelly, get a doctor. Hold it! She's dead.
I heard a shot. What happened?
Mamie's dead.
Oh, no. Oh, Mamie. Mamie.
Sam, there isn't anything you can do. There isn't anything anybody can do. I'm sorry, Jack. All right, I'll meet all of you over in the saloon. I'll take care of the body, and then I'll need a statement from everybody.
Mighty big storm coming up.
She deserved to die. I want her to.
It's a little late for your sympathy.
Well, maybe it's better this way.
She wasn't guilty, Ferris. I know that, and somebody else in this town knows it.
Maybe never hurt nobody.
Well, I took her over to the parlor. Sure was quiet for Mamie.
I'll see that she gets the best funeral that Broken Wagon ever saw.
What was that?
What?
That noise. Like someone laughing.
Why did you do this to me? You killed Dave Matthews. You killed him. And I died for it.
No, Mamie, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. No, Mamie, I didn't mean to. I didn't kill Matthews. Stop her. Stop her. Did you kill Matthews? Yes, stop her, please.
Why, that no good Varma. I took him out of the gutter. I'll break his head
Mamie.
open.
Well, she ain't.
No, Sam, I'm afraid not.
Come on, Sam. Let's go.
I'm sorry to put you boys through all this.
Well, now, Pete.
What if we'd have hung her? Well, then I'm afraid our little trick wouldn't have worked. And Broken Wagon would have become a quiet, peaceful little town.
Don't you believe it? I'd have come back anyhow. You spineless, no good excuses for men.
Mamie.
Oh, Mamie could take on the
Mamie.
likes of you before breakfast. You skinny-legged, starving...
You know, maybe you look pretty good dead.
Yeah, almost human.
Morning, Kelly.
All over?
Yeah, we got a complete confession.
Well, I still don't see why he killed Matthews.
It's that two deer with one shot I was talking about. Matthews threatened to close up the saloon. So Sam thought with Matthews dead and Mamie out of the way, he could take over here.
Almost worked, too.
Not quite.
Good morning, Mamie.
It will be when you pay for that coffee.
Hey, you going on a trip?
Not me. Old Grease Lightning here is. Down New Mexico way.
New Mexico?
I'm going to see a town about a church.
A church?
Hey, what is in that bag?
Just a chunk of my life.
Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known. Everywhere he traveled, trouble was all that he found. Face to face with a man set to prove that he could shoot Ringo down. Ringo, Johnny Ringo. quickest ever known.
Johnny? Telegram came. From that beautiful blonde you told me about. You know, the one in the mining camp? She's in trouble.
Since when do you open my mail?
Well, it looked important.
In jail at Broken Wagon. Going to lynch me. Need help? Love, Mamie Murphy.
Wow. The lady would really have to break it to get lynched.
Yeah.
Love, the lady said. She's something special, huh, Johnny?
Very special.
Well, we better get going.
Wait a minute. This is one job I want to handle myself. Besides, you look after things.
Johnny, I can do that.
The town's our responsibility.
Golly, Johnny, you sound like I'm trying to muscle in on your territory.
My territory? Oh, Cully, you got it all wrong. This lady's in trouble and she needs help.
Is she all you say she is?
She's 1 in a million, Cully. Well, don't just stand there. Let's get the show on the road.
Me too?
Sure. We'll have Hagen Simpson look after the store while we're gone. Hello, Mamie.
Who's that? Well, what kept you, Mr. Fastest Gun in the West? Do I have to rot in this dirty jail while you stop to read one of your precious books? Or were you kissing baby?
Mamie, I'd like you to meet my deputy, Cully. He's been dying to meet you.
How do you do, Miss Murphy? Glad to know you.
Don't blame you, Sonny.
Now, Mamie, what's this all about? Ever since I've known you, you've lied and cheated and served water drinks all